So here's Justin Trudeau doing what he does best because he's the former drama teacher, remember? So now he's going to do his best acting stunt to be choked up about this tariff war. And this Wall Street Mav points out Justin Trudeau is acting all hurt and upset about the tariffs. All that Trump did was make our tariffs match what that Canada was already doing to the United States. Reciprocal. If Canada increases tariffs, we automatically increase tariffs. If Canada lowers tariffs, so do we. Simple. So Canada has already put tariffs on the United States on their goods. America has put a pause once again on 25% tariffs. So really, the ball is in Justin Trudeau's court. It's not Donald Trump that has to make the decision. It's Trudeau. He's the one that's got to fix it. He's the one that put himself between a rock and a hard place. And he's going to screw himself over again in this fake fabricated stunt, again, to make you believe that he is a strongfeld against someone like Trump. So, listen to this.
Canadians are not angry at the American people for this. We don't have anything against Americans. Americans are our neighbors, our friends, our partners. We do things together. We've done things together for decades and generations. This is a policy decision by the American government designed to go after the Canadian economy. This is a trade war, yes. But Canadians are hurt. Canadians are angry. We're going to choose to not go on vacation in Florida or Old Orchard Beach or wherever.
Oh, I thought for a second that you were giving up your vacations. I was gonna be shocked there. I was gonna actually be surprised. Like, oh my God, Justin Trudeau is not gonna go on vacation. Wow, that really shows the sacrifice he's making for this country. As opposed to just scolding you. Hey, you can't go on vacation. You can't buy Tropicana orange juice. You can't buy a GM truck because GM is American. Yeah, this is just, it's so absurd to this. So absurd to this that they could stand there and lecture you about the trade war that initialized by them. They are the ones that ignited. They're the ones that are causing all these problems. Canadians have been desperate for such a long while and angry at Justin Trudeau for such a long while, way before Trump, way before this tariff threat even existed. And he wants to pretend to get out of it. He wants to pretend to memory hole everything that's happened up to this point to now make him look like a strong, effective leader against someone like Trump. Because Trump's the maniac. You know, Donald Trump, I really like to know when Donald Trump decided to extend the carbon taxes onto people. When did that happen? When did Donald Trump ever applaud a Ukrainian Nazi and then lied directly to the nation saying it was Russian propaganda? I don't recall that happening. But I remember this guy doing it. I remember these folks. So anyway, there's more to this.
We're going to choose to try to buy Canadian products and forego bourbon and other classic American products. And yeah, we're probably going to keep booing the American anthem. But let me tell Americans, we're not booing you. We're not booing your teams. We're not booing your players.
Oh, God.
We're booing a policy that is designed to hurt us. And we're insulted. And we're angry.
Trust me, we're not booing you. We're not doing this to you, but we're going to use people for political actors to enrage the fury against the United States and Canada. Like, I don't even have words at this point. Just show the utter arrogance from this man. From a guy who's supposed to be resigned. A guy who's supposed to be resigned and not taking assumption of political power. But yeah, he's going overseas, he's making policy decisions, he's decided that $5 billion more should be sent off to Ukraine in a war that is already done and over with, that they're trying to do a peace deal to salvage what is left. A man who goes all around the world continuing to lie to people about the importance of carbon taxes and how people are getting benefit from it. How the Canadian economy is doing so well when people can't even afford groceries. It's just so arrogant for him to stand there and lecture people in this phony way, in this phony obvious way, and saying that no, we're not hurting Americans. We might be booing you at national anthems, but it's not towards you. It's towards this policy. It's towards this guy like Trump. It's considering the fact that you Democrat elected him. That makes you all awful. Remember, this is the same jackass who cried about Kamala Harris losing. That, hey, it's America's fault they didn't vote for a woman. How dare you? As a feminist, I'm offended. That's what Trudeau said. And now he's doing his dramatization of this tariff war to make himself look like the effective leader when his team is the ones responsible for the crumbling demise of this country already. Trump's not hurting Canada. It's this guy. It's people like him. It's Dominic LeBlanc. It's Melanie Jolie, who's dressed like a World War II ace at this point. Look at her outfit. Look at this. Go back a bit. Let's show. Look at that. Anyway, let's watch.
Canadian
Let's just get in full and just see for yourself.
Are not angry at the American people for this. We don't have anything against Americans. Americans are our neighbors, our friends, our partners. We do things together. We've done things together for decades and generations. This is a policy decision by the American government designed to go after the Canadian economy. This is a trade war, yes. But Canadians are hurt. Canadians are angry. We're going to choose to not go on vacation in Florida or Old Orchard Beach or wherever. We're going to choose to try to buy Canadian products and forego bourbon and other classic American products. And yeah, we're probably going to keep booing the American anthem. But let me tell Americans, we're not booing you. We're not booing your teams. We're not booing your players. We're booing a policy that is designed to hurt us. And we're insulted. And we're angry. But we're Canadian, which means we're going to stand up for each other. We're going to fight. And we're going to win.
The only people that should be insulted is people like you and me that just watch that clip. Because, frankly, I'm insulted. I'm insulted to think that people will actually buy into this after the total destruction that has led to this trade war, that has led to the complete desecration of this nation. And now he wants to swing back and use this opportunity to build himself leverage. It is almost insulting. Almost insulting. That he will stand there and lecture Canadians that you guys need to stick together. You guys are the ones that have to boycott your vacations. You're the ones that have to refuse to buy American goods. And yet, people like him are the reason, the sole reason we are in this mess to begin with. And is he doing anything to actually respond in response to the tariff threats? Is he doing actually anything positive that would actually benefit the greater outcome? No. He wants these tariff wars to continue on. He wants to continue and pull as much of these tariff threats as possible. If America decides to up its ante on its tariffs, they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to continue this on as much as possible, throwing us further under the bus. Because these are narcissistic, ego-fragile maniacs who don't give a damn about the country they're serving and are taking petty fights towards each other because they want continuous power. That's what Justin Trudeau wants. That's what Mark Carney wants. That's what Chrystia Freeland wants. And sadly, it's working. Sadly, it's working because all this now tariff threat wars, all this stuff about Donald Trump and threatening Canada and Canada coming to the 51st state, it's helping them. It's helping them in the polls. And Pierre Poilievre is slowly starting to trickle down because Pierre Poilievre isn't making a bigger statement. Pierre Poilievre is acting the exact same way as Justin Trudeau, saying that Donald Trump wants to take your jobs. No, what happened is we let this country deteriorate, and the president of the United States finally noticed it. And since it's affecting his country as well, he is going to take the opportunity to tell the Canadian politicians to get their act together. And considering they won't listen to us regardless, they'll threaten our bank accounts, they'll silence you, they'll threaten jail time for you. They won't listen to us Canadians. But they will listen to the American president. Partially. Because the initial threat was about border security. The initial ultimatum that Trump made was about border security and dealing with the fentanyl crisis. And because Justin Trudeau and Mark Miller and other members of the parliament made that statement about how we're going to implement a $1.6 billion deal with the border, increase of the border protection, that's what gave us a little bit of a window. That's what gave us a bit of a window. And that's what Donald Trump responds to. So if Donald Trump is responding to initiatives like that, imagine if we actually did fix the border. Imagine if we actually dealt with crime. Imagine if we actually dealt with the fentanyl crisis. Instead of this garbage. Because this is insulting. This is insulting to every Canadian. This is insulting to every working class person in North America. And considering this guy is supposed to be out of office and still continuously wanting to rule like king, it's just frankly diabolically evil that they want to continue this on as much as possible.